Good morning, everyone. Happy... I understand in Nanodan what you're talking about. I need a lot of time myself when I have time off, if that makes sense. I think having one day off is kind of hellish. I can't even handle 2 days off. I can't even handle 3 days off. There's something wrong with me. But whatever, that has nothing to do with anything. Hi guys. I'm unemployed for 20 years and I still feel like I need a month to rot and do nothing. Exactly, cow titties. That's how I feel too. Yeah, even when I was unemployed, everything was too much. Having a single day off is inhumane in my opinion. But I guess everyone's different. That's one thing that I've learned recently. Is that some people actually can handle it. Some people are okay with working a lot of hours. Well, good for them, I guess. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Everyone that I didn't repeat your name in chat. Hi Mad Buns and Cow Titties and Gel and Captain Sheepy. Hi. And Spirit Eater, hi. I think I was built in a wrong way. I think... Like, I feel like a lot of people... Well, you know what? No, I shouldn't, like, victimize myself. Oh, thank you, Nano. Oh, enjoy your sub, Gel. I can't do things at a pace that most people can do, I realize. Which is, well, it's okay, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, I hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, cuddle stand together. It's been a bit... Well, I always say that. I'm not gonna say that anymore. I missed everyone. I hope you're all doing well. If you don't know, I've been mainly... So I'm in like a peak tournament that G-Pool, Swell Time G-Pool, is hosting. So my stream energy has been going there, but... So like in terms of the channel, it's kind of dead, but... Oh, thank you, Nana. Thank you. That means a lot. Am I still subbed to you? I have to check again. I need to get my Nano subs up. Anyways, as I was saying, so just to catch up, like a recap episode. This Monday, like last Monday, me and Doro won our part of the tournament, which I was shocked. I was shocked because I don't play Peak. It was a Peak tournament. I don't know if I mentioned that. I don't play Peak, so I was shocked to see that we won, but it's mainly on Doro's side. I think she did. Yeah, she's freaking cracked. That's why. That's why. I'm getting carried by her. It's kind of embarrassing. But she's really nice about it. And then later today, in a couple hours, not a couple hours, maybe like a lot of hours, later today, in the evening, or afternoon rather, will be the finale. So I have to buy an energy drink at the grocery store. Doro plays Peak like every day. I noticed that. I feel bad. She wanted to practice with me a couple days. Thank you for the follow. She wanted to practice with me for a couple days, but it was always when I was like dead asleep. So I'm not gonna get my practice in, which is like kind of embarrassing. But I really do believe in her ability to carry me, unfortunately. So that's gonna be later today. Gets very excited. And then after that, I don't know. I was not doing anything today. Like, normally I'm rotting, but today was like the most rotting day I've ever had in a while. I just like slept and stared into space. So I'm trying to snap out of it. And I feel like maybe the most comfortable thing for me is to look at the stars on a stream. I don't know. Hi Hamflo. Welcome. At least it was a Saturday. I usually use Saturdays to rot, but it's like productive rotting, you know? It's like, okay, I'll be watching anime at least. Or I'll reply to one Discord message. Today was pretty rough, but that's okay. It happens. This stream too will be, you know, it'll just be looking at the stars. I have Stellarium up. Thank you for the follow. Oh, I just realized I don't have my hold on. I don't have alerts on the screen. I didn't know that. What'd I do? Oh, my Stellarium is oh, okay, I see now. It's big, it's fat. It's on top of the screen. Okay, I see. 10 hours stream. I should just stream until the tournament happens later today. Of just the stars. Thank you for liking the PNG. How much longer do I have to be awake for? It starts in like 8 hours, I think. I might nap before then. It starts in 8 hours and it's definitely gonna be a long time since it's peak. But I don't know, my sleep schedule's been pretty messed up. Like, I fucked it, so if I fuck it more, that's okay. So, some background info, I guess, on this app. It's a star viewing app. Right now I have it set to... Toronto seems like a good point, cause it's... Let me know if the music's loud, by the way. This is like... Dempa drowning. I think Toronto is a good point since it is in the North America, Northern Hemisphere. I think most people are in the Northern Hemisphere except for the people that aren't. So normally when you see the night sky, it's gonna look like this. Or, well, maybe not as plentiful. I think there's actually a way to check sky viewing options. There should be a way to check or make the visibility. Yeah, there we go, light pollution. So you can make the light pollution like really bad. I think this is what it looks like where I live. You can see the Big Dipper. And you can vaguely see the constellations, but it's not that good. I think this is maybe a lot of people's like basic star views. Some people have it better, some people have it worse. Yeah, the Canadian sky, only Canadians get to see these stars actually. I would like to drive out to an area away from the city to see the beauty of the night sky, but it might overwhelm and scare me. I understand that, Mad Buns. It's actually really scary. I actually haven't seen the night sky that well. Let me see if I can... I think the best I've seen it... maybe like this. Yeah, there we go, yeah. Like this, because the Milky Way was like very faint. You can see, it looks like clouds. When you see it in real life, it looks just like clouds. This is about the best night sky I've seen. Which is still impressive, because you do see the Milky Way, and the constellations are pretty... like you can see all the main stars in the constellations. But... let's see the absolute best Bortle you can get, which is Bortle 0. Yeah. Yeah, look at that, look at the Milky Way. Imagine seeing that in real life, that's crazy. I've never seen the sky quite this bright before, or quite this dark, rather. I'll probably go around here, because it gets a little bit overwhelming when there's too much stars. I haven't seen stars since I was a single-digit age. It's okay. I think that's pretty common, actually. I feel like most people I've talked to, when I ask them when was the last time they've seen like a true night sky or the Milky Way, it's always like when they're like really young. I think Mexico has a really cool sky because you get to see all of Scorpio. Actually, the southern constellations are super cool. I wonder if I can show off the southern constellations. I'm not really familiar with them. Being someone who lives pretty north, but I think they're really cool. I think Scorpio looks really cool. I got to see the full-on Milky Way in the mountains once as a kid. Oh my god, that's beautiful. The sky's being hidden from us because it's changing, yeah. The universe has, like cancer cells growing in it, and you're not allowed to see the arms. So where was I? Right here. So this star right here. The one that Monoko is circling, that is the North Star, that is Polaris. Even in northern places, it's still pretty close to the ground. Or the horizon. Obviously if you're in the North Pole, since this is the North Pole star, it would be like in the middle of the sky, but this is Toronto, so it's kind of like southern Canada, so it's pretty low to the horizon, and chances are if you're in America or Mexico, it's gonna be even lower. But this is a good starting point. Fun fact. Very elementary fun fact, but the North Star does not move, since it is the pole star. So I will show an animation. A fun little animation of all the stars moving, and you'll see the star does not move. All the stars kind of surround it. You see that? The moon moved. Forget about that thing. Yeah, see how everything circles it? It's very beautiful. I think generally people know about this, but also some people don't. I didn't know the North Star symbolized a pole star until like way later in my life. You didn't know? Yeah, it's something that like not many people would know. I wonder why Arcturus is the only one that's... Oh, I guess the big stars are labeled. I think this is a May sky. Yeah, this is the sky for tonight. I kind of want to... I want to change the date to July. Since this is generally if you're gonna go camping or something, it'll probably be in July, not in May. At least in Canada, because it's still cold. You can see all of these freaking blue things. These are meteor showers. These are like meteor showers actually happen quite often. But they're pretty hard to see. Just because of all the space debris that is in our little path in the earth. The Perseids is probably the most striking meteor shower in the summertime. I would say it is the most. I think it's the second most active meteor shower, behind the Geminids. But the Geminids is in December, so chances are it'll be too cold to see those. And by active, it's like you'll be seeing more meteors per hour than say these fucking things. And these little meteor showers that you probably won't be seeing that much unless you live in a very low light pollution area. So the Perseids, I think their peak is August. It's in August. But I think they happen during July as well, late July. So the chances are if you see a meteor, around this time, it'll be from this one. Or maybe it'll be from these. Usually the way of telling is these little spots right here are... It's kind of hard to explain, but it's like where the debris is in the sky. So the meteors will shoot out from this area. So if a meteor like shoots from this area here, that'll be the Aquarids. But if a meteor shoots out from like here, that'll be the Perseids. And the Perseids is a good one, and it lasts pretty long too. I remember seeing Perseids meteors like even like in like September. I have access to a device that can see the future. That's true. Like what if there's like a huge ass... There's like this meteor that's gonna... What is that? That asteroid or whatever that's gonna like... People are thinking might hit the Earth in like 2032 or whatever. What if I like go to 2032 and you just see like this huge meteor in the sky? That's scary. Whenever there's a planned meteor shower from my state, the sky decides to be cloudy. Yeah, that's usually how it is. I've seen a couple meteor showers. I saw one. I forgot when it was. Creepypasta concept. Yeah, that's like what the hell is that like? That Wii creepypasta. The Wii weather creepypasta. Where it was like, yeah, the Weather Channel one, where it was like +1 million outside. Honestly, like, it's scary. Yeah, the red giant. Yeah, it's scary. Welcome, Atomic, hi. I kind of understand why people get, like, creeped out by that. Like, I actually kind of get scared in this app, just because it's so... Like, ugh, look at that. Ugh. I don't know. Oh, it's still going. You can see the... It's just like something flew past. What was that? I don't know if it's paused or not. Is it? Oh, it's not. Okay. It's not paused. Now it is. This is a pretty accurate night sky simulation application. Because it will have like satellites and stuff zooming by. Can you skip to the day where the red giant happens? I'm too scared. I'm too scared. I'm too scared. When the red giant comes out. There's like this one glitch that the app did that like scared me. Like I feel like those freaking like scary logos Wikia kids sometimes. Cause I forgot what I did, but I turned on satellite tracking or something and then I zoomed in and it glitched out and I just saw like a bunch of like a grid of panels. That was it was like glitching out the satellites and they became like a grid formation. And it freaked me out. Like it freaked me out. I don't know how to describe it. It gave me like trypophobia almost. Like I just wanted to see the satellites, but it just showed this weird grid. What if it was real? Yeah, that's the thing, that it was scary. It was like, it's like an alien. It's an alien. Yeah, me too, cow titties. I get a lot of dreams of like the sky looking like wrong. I have a vertigo. I have vertigo over the sky sometimes. This is Pleiades. Look at that. Pleiades on the horizon. You are very lucky to see Pleiades. If you ever see it, if you ever go to a low light pollution area, you can see it. You can see it even without like a low light pollution area. It is the most visible star cluster, but in a low light pollution area, it's very beautiful. A lot of people call it the mini dipper because it looks like a little dipper. Generally it's hard to find in summertime. Usually it's out during the winter. But if you're up really late, I think this is 2 AM. It should rise, yeah. If you're up really late, you'll see it kind of on the horizon. Vertigo told to Verta stop. That's what they should have told the guy from that fucking Alfred Hitchcock movie. And he would have been okay. Where my parents live in the countryside, you can see the stars at night. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm very, very jealous. I'm jealous of being able to easily access the sky because I can't see it that much. Even when I go out, the city, it's not. It looks like this at best. This is the best night sky I've seen. Which is still not bad, but actually this is kind of better than the night sky I've seen, I think. Yeah, this is a little bit better. When the full moon is so bright you don't even need a light to walk outside. Yeah. True, the full moon can act as a light, and like a natural light. It's so cool. It can cast shadows. From what I understand, the Milky Way can cast shadows too in certain areas. But I honestly don't even know if I believe that or not. I don't know if that's just an exaggeration. The moon scares me if it's big and bright. I'm too normalized to the moon, I can't be scared of it. But sometimes I get scared of Venus. I got jump scared of Venus today because it was so bright today. Proceeds. And what is this? What is this? What is this little thing? It's kind of like triangular. This is Cassiopeia. This is one of the most prominent, maybe not the most prominent, but one of the most prominent pole constellations, which is to say, if you live in the northern hemisphere, it doesn't matter what time of the year it is, you will be seeing this in the sky. And it's a little bit overlooked. I don't think a lot of people look out for Cassiopeia. But once you learn about it, it's pretty hard to not find it, because it's very distinct. It has this kind of like, people call it a W shape. It's like very triangular. Usually, like even in high light pollution areas, you will be able to see it. You'll usually just see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these 5 stars, and maybe this one right here. Is there a story behind Cassiopeia? Yeah, there is. I'm not too familiar with the Greek mythos of the constellations. It's kind of a blind spot to me, but from what I understand, Cassiopeia is the mother of Andromeda. I think? Or not? Is she the mother of Andromeda? Cassiopeia. Let's look it up. I forgot. The vain Queen Cassiopeia, mother of Andromeda, who boasted about her unrivaled beauty. All I know is she's depicted as a woman sitting in a chair, and she is close to Andromeda. Actually, Andromeda is right here. This kind of large constellation. It's supposed to be like a V kind of. And speaking of Andromeda, look at that. That is M31, also known as the Andromeda Galaxy. The oldest visible thing in the night sky. Or rather the farthest. Wait, is it oldest or farthest? I forget. It could be both. This is our neighboring galaxy, the Andromeda Galaxy. Very, very difficult to spot, even in a low light pollution area. But still very impressive, considering it is a distant galaxy. Streamer is scoring the city in the sun. I've been so black-pilled about light pollution. I can go pretty crazy mode. And like I don't want to bring it up too much, but like, you know how people who talk about politics, they like, it always circles back to like Ronald Reagan. Like whenever they talk about like the problems of current politics, they're like, yeah, it's fucking Reagan, it's always Reagan. It's starting to become like that with Elon Musk. Cause I don't know how it is now. I don't know if they fixed it or not, but I do know Starlink has been having a really, really bad effect on light pollution just because there's so much of them in the sky. And it can get really confusing to trying to track just anything in the night sky because there's like a million Starlink satellites everywhere. But that's all I'll say. It's really too easy to talk about this. I remember going to an observatory. Yeah, I love observatories. We should make the world a darker, period. Yeah. There's a lot of benefits to having a less light polluted world. And you can still have lights, you just have to not have the crazy ass big fuck LED lights. Red light is usually considered a safe light for light pollution or anti-light pollution, just because it doesn't pollute. I think it just like doesn't fuck up our eyes as much. Maybe I don't really know the science behind it, but generally like people who stargaze, if they do need a light, they'll always use red light. I want to find a good observatory or space map thing in VR. There is one map in VR chat that I really like. It's fashioned after the VLT, the Very Large Telescope, and it looks like this. It basically looks like this in VR chat. It even has I wonder if I have a good like stuff like this, like the PNGs of the space dust and stuff. It's really cool. So there's a couple, and that was like years ago since I saw that, so there might even be better ones since then. I want to check too, actually. I'll be more than happy to see a beautiful VR chat world of the night sky. VR chat is weird, but I like to hop on and explore by myself. That's what I do too, Mad Buns. I don't play it for the socialization aspect usually, because it's just fucking weird people in there. But the worlds are really fun to explore. It's definitely... The best way to play VR chat is in private worlds with friends, I noticed. I've tried a little bit. I've tried sometimes going to like big populated worlds, and sometimes they're pretty fun, but you have to not take anything seriously, I guess. This is for a different type of person for sure. Maybe not for me. I've met interesting people and run into interesting conversations, but it's a gamble. I've had good conversations in VR chat. I've had good experiences. But usually I'm pretty... I get pretty overstimulated by anything, so even like neutral experiences are kind of a lot for me. It's been a while since something amazing and awful has happened to me in VR chat. What does that mean? I'm scared. Let's see. Where was I? I was in Cassiopeia. So I was talking about pole constellations. Yeah, Cassiopeia. If you live in the northern hemisphere, you're always gonna see Cassiopeia. You're also always gonna see Ursa Minor, which is the Little Dipper. Thank you for joining, by the way, Atomic. So you'll be seeing the Little Dipper. Always, always, always in the northern sky, because that is the constellation that Polaris is attached to, which is the North Star. So the Little Dipper, so you can see, this is the dipper part, this is the stem, this is the handle. Also known as Ursa Minor. It's pretty faint, and it's also not that much of a distinguished pattern in my opinion. It actually, even like with a good night sky, I find it hard to find. Just because when you think of the Dipper, you're gonna think of a distinct pattern, and there's only 1, 2, 3 pretty like low magnitude stars in it. It's pretty faint, so I actually have a lot of trouble finding it. But the easiest way to find the Little Dipper, or Ursa Minor, or the Northern Star is, very iconically, the Big Dipper, which is right here. This is probably the most normie core constellation that there is. But fun fact, it's actually not a constellation. It is technically not a constellation. This Big Dipper is called an asterism. An asterism is a pattern. It's basically a star pattern that doesn't have the lore of constellations, because the real constellation to the Big Dipper is Ursa Major, which I'll turn on the constellation right here. This is the full constellation of the Big Dipper. It is the bear, the Big Bear. A fun fact: technically the largest constellation is Ursa Major. It's freaking huge. The Big Dipper is the most prominent part of it, especially in high light pollution areas. So this is what you're going to be seeing, and also it's just iconic. It looks like it sounds. It looks like a Big Dipper. So that's what asterisms are. They are very easy, iconic parts of the sky that you can use as like a guide, generally. The Little Dipper is also considered a asterism since it is a derivative of Ursa Minor. But Ursa Minor and the Little Dipper, I'll show again. It's the same thing. Like, Ursa Minor is also the Dipper, so it's kind of like one and the same, as opposed to the Big Dipper, which is just a small part of the constellation. Another very prominent summer asterism is the very famous Summer Triangle, Deneb, Vega, and Altair. These are the three brightest stars in their constellations. And Vega is one of the brightest stars in the sky, I believe. I think it's top 5 bright stars. I don't really know where it lays, but Vega is a very, very bright star. Chances are, if you're looking at the summer sky, Vega is going to be the first star you see. I know these from Steins Gate. Hi, Metal Deer. I remember talking about the Summer Triangle to Luria earlier, and she was like, oh man, just like Subahibi. This is a very common or well-known asterism, especially in Asian media, mainly because of the tale of the what is it? The seamstress and the farmer or something like that. Orihime and the other guy, I forgot. I forgot. But the tale of that is about Altair and Vega. You can see that they are separated by the Milky Way. And, it's like, I forgot exactly what it was. I think they're destined to only meet each other once every 7th of July or something. But they are star-crossed lovers, these two stars, and Deneb is kind of the third wheel. It's been the bear this whole time. They lied to us. They've been lying about the sky. They've been lying to us. There's so many, yeah, just lies. Like all the spaceships that are out there. Most of these stars are actually spaceships. Fun fact. Yeah, forgive me for not really knowing the tale, the very famous tale about Altair and Vega, but I do think they are a very romantic duo. Speaking of romantic duos, Deneb is not exempt from romantic duos because it has my favorite. Where is it? What is it? I think it's the tail? No, it's not. Where is it from? Albi Rio. Where is Albi Rio? And sorry, it's not Deneb, it's Cygnus. Cygnus, which is the constellation of that Deneb belongs to, there's a twin star called Albireo in it. And I'm trying to find it, but I actually forgot where it is at. Let me see if I can use the constellations as a guide. Albireo, there it is! Albireo is a double star. It is 2 stars that look like one. In this app, it's not as striking as you can probably maybe see it in like a telescope. The big Albireo is like a bright red, and the little one is like a bright blue. It looks so cool. I wonder if I can get a picture of it, actually. It's one of my favorites. Very important. Very important part of the sky. Blue is usually brighter? That's a good question. I'm actually not too familiar with the properties of stars, believe it or not. So I'm actually not sure. But I should look that up. I should look that up at some point. Like red giants, blue dwarfs. I know reds and yellows are weaker. That definitely makes sense. Blue is definitely hotter. I do know the closer a star is to death, it can get redder. But also I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I just know that Betelgeuse is quite red. Here's Albireo. The freaking Wikipedia page to Albireo. I don't know if this is a telescope image or if it has been tampered at all, if the colors are... I don't know if this is what you can see in the sky if you use a telescope, or if it has like the colors are based on like the radio waves or something. But there's a lot of pictures of it that look like this, and it's so beautiful. That's the fucking Nickelodeon logo before Jimmy Neutron. What the hell are you talking about? That's a crazy thing to say. No, it's wow, That's true. We got some Nickelodeon logos in the sky, it's crazy. Whoa, what is my alarm for? Sorry, I set a crazy alarm at a terrible time. Anyways, that's Albireo. It is, to me, very romantic. There's a lot of twin stars. I forgot what the actual name for them are. There's like a name for double stars. I think the most prominent double star in the northern sky is actually in the Big Dipper. I believe it's this one right here. Yeah, this one. Alcor and Mizar. You can actually see this in real life. I think with a keen eye, you can actually see this even without a telescope. You can see, like, even zoomed out. It's actually quite easy to make out. Probably difficult to really hone in on it. The stars in general are hard to look at directly and zoom into the detail, but it is a very prominent one. There's a lot of little double stars in the sky, actually. Those are the only ones off the top of my head that I know. Let's go back to the summer triangle. Because I gotta show off the actual constellations in the Summer Triangle. What if the app allows you to change the sky in real time? Like move the stars around? That's crazy style. There's one app that I have that I think you can do that in. It's called Hipliner. And I actually wanted to do the stream in it, but it's hard to zoom in and out. You can't use the scroll wheel, you have to manually put in the zoom, which makes it a little bit difficult to kind of play around in. But maybe I'll open that up at some point. Because I do really like that one. One thing I really like about Hipliner as opposed to Stellarium, it's a little bit more rudimentary. It doesn't have all this like pretty stuff. It doesn't have like, whoops, it doesn't have all these stars, but it does have a function that you can progress the time like millions and millions and millions of years in the future to see how the stars are gonna eventually shift. Because even though the stars are pretty stagnant, they do shift eventually. Not really in our lifetime, but across thousands of years they do shift. Yeah, it's a lot of power. It's probably not accurate, but I want to know how the person who made that app figured out where they would actually go. I'm sure there's probably some sort of like star trajectory assumptions somewhere online or somewhere, just somewhere, but I remember trying to look it up. That's the thing. I remember trying to look up how the stars are gonna look like, how what position certain stars are gonna be in the future, in a couple thousand years from now. And I remember having a hard time finding it. Like how rocks change over time slowly down a stream. That's such a beautiful way of thinking of it. I just finished Rudy Rocks anime a week or so ago. And I feel like I learned a lot about rocks. And how they slowly go down the stream. It's pretty good. It's honestly very informational, informative rather. Pay attention to the rock facts challenge. That's what me and my friends were saying. We were like, this is like a test. This anime is like a fucking test. It's like, you better pay attention. By the way, here's fat boobs on your screen. Pay attention to the rocks. Here's a fat ass. Pay attention. It's so funny. It's awesome though. I love it. Good anime. The sudden pop quiz. It kinda does quiz ya. It's funny. I like it. I wanna watch it again. I think it's very beautiful. I think the art in it is really beautiful. Like it always looks good. Shocking stuff. So, full paragraph of text I catch mid-episode. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't reading that. Well, one of my friends was screenshotting every paragraph. I wasn't reading it. I should've. This is Cygnus. This is a pretty easy to spot, I would say, constellation in the night sky, because it's called the Northern Cross, because it is in the shape of a cross, all along the Milky Way. Yeah, it's got pretty decent stars in it, pretty decent stars that you can see, even in a high light pollution area. Maybe not the entire thing, but you can definitely see these stars, especially Deneb. You'll always be seeing Deneb, no matter where you are at. Most likely, unless you're in, like, downtown New York. I'm so sorry if you are. you'll probably just be seeing Venus. But this is a good one. A pretty mid-tier constellation. I'm sorry. It's not. It's good. It has Alberio. Why am I calling it mid? It's one of the best. I freaking love Cygnus. I actually love all the constellations in the Summer Triangle. Another very special one is Aquila, right here. Aquila is... I can't really make it out as much as I could the other ones, but the most notable thing about it is probably the 3-star kind of head. Oh, fun fact, I guess, about the Summer Triangle is that these are all stars, or these are all stars that belong to constellations that are based on birds. To an extent. Cygnus is a swan. Altair is a hawk, I think? Good night, cow titties. Thank you. Thank you for joining the lecture. Yeah, Cygnus is a swan. I believe Altair is a hawk. Not Altair. Aquila is a hawk. I believe. I'm not like 1000% sure. Vega belongs to Lyra, which is a lyre, which is not a bird. But in its original conception, I believe the lyre was being held by a bird. I think it was being held by a hawk or something. Which is making me question what... It's making me question, actually. Let me look up what Aquila is actually supposed to be. Because I always kind of... Oh, it's eagle, okay. It's an eagle. I apologize. I got my birds wrong. So Vega, or rather, Lyra, is kind of an outlier, but it was a bird at some point. I think. I actually don't know too much about the actual lore for these constellations. I have to like look it up. It was carried by a bird. So cool. So cool. So they're all bird adjacent. Lyra, by the way, is my favorite constellation. I'm talking way too much. Hold on, I need a break. Lyra is my favorite constellation. I don't know what about it strikes me so much, but it's such a small one. It's just these stars. Just Vega and these 4 stars. Oh wait, sorry, this one too. This guy. I think. Let's see. Oh, no. So sometimes this star is... Lyria takes the control. He's asleep right now. I think. Yeah, this is freaking heckin' Lyra, the best constellation in my opinion. It's small, it's very quaint, and I think it has like a really nice shape to it. It's kind of an overlooked constellation. Speaking of overlooked constellations that are pretty distinct, I think this is Delphinus. This one right here. I'll double check. Yep. So this is Delphinus. It looks like a little kite. It's a very small quaint constellation, but it's so striking that when I went stargazing with my siblings, the first constellation that my sister pointed out was this one. she was like, what is that like little kite, a little kite constellation? Like, what is that? It's like, oh shit, that's Keen Eye right there. Yeah, Delphinus. It's very specific when you look at it, even in real life. It looks as specific as it does on the application. It's just so... It's just like a little kite. It's fun. It's a fun one. That's a fun one. A fun-sized one. This is also a constellation, but you couldn't fucking tell me what the name was. Sagita. There's a lot of filler constellations. I'm still not super familiar with the current constellation lore in terms of how they were made and how they were conceived. But from what I understand, all the little small ones that are just kind of like lines, like these are just fucking lines, I think they were made to be filler. But I don't know, maybe not. I don't know how significant some of them are or not. Oh, this is Pegasus, I believe, this one. This square constellation with the really big, almost exact square. Welcome, Relics. We stare at the stars, but the stars stare back. They do. I think it's kind of cool thinking about the sun being a star in a constellation, a distant constellation. I think about that a lot. If there's any intelligent civilizations out there that have constellations and the sun is a part of it, I would smile. So this is the Great Square of Pegasus. I think this is also considered an asterism. I don't know if it's considered an asterism or if people just call it the Great Square of Pegasus. But... well, actually, let me check. Let me just double check if this is Pegasus. I know it is, but okay, yeah, it is. I'm not too familiar with this part of the sky, so I can't know. For sure. This is the Great Square Pegasus. It is Pegasus. Pretty large constellation. Pretty... it's a constellation. It's not too striking. When I went stargazing last year, I wasn't super drawn on it. It just kind of looks like stars in a square formation, but it is a good, like, point. It's a good, like, checkpoint to see where you're at. Thank you, Relics. It's going well. I'm enjoying talking about this. I'm honestly having a lot of fun, to be honest. If you don't mind, I really like doing this. The stars are so... to me, this is like my Elden Ring, you know? Like, I could do this for like 10 hours. I call it more of a rhombus than a square. The rhombus of Pegasus, yeah. I feel like... let me look for Hercules. I think this might be Hercules. Is it? Hercules also has a bit of a square shape to it. Okay, I'm gonna have to cheat. Okay, that was Hercules. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Hercules also has a square shape to it, but not as extreme. But one thing I like about Hercules, a very specific part about Hercules, is this little like part right here. These four ones. I don't know why. In real life, they're very striking to me. I think I just like this shape because it's very similar to the Lyra shape. this little box shape. Let me look at the line again. Sometimes Hercules is drawn where this shape is supposed to be its arm, which I like. I think, what part of Hercules would that be? I think it's supposed to be an arm and a mallet. There's actually, hold on, there's drawings. That's not it. That's not Hercules in my vision. In my vision, that's his arm and a mallet. But okay. So one thing about the constellations, generally it's kind of up. It's kind of vague actually. They're all just kind of assumptions on what I don't know. They're abstractions. So they will be read in completely different ways. The Hercules movie ending makes you emotional. I need to watch Hercules again. I haven't watched it since I was like a little toddler. Find any new ones? Any new constellations? Where's my guy Cetus? Cetus is it in the sky right now? It's near Aries. I think it's not in the sky right now. Let me see if I can... I think if I go to the winter, we'll be seeing... Okay, Gemini... Where is it? Oh, Taurus. Okay, there it is. Oh, there it is. I love Cetus, dude. The music is fitting, I'm happy to hear that. Cetus is a really good call. Cetus is right here. One of my favorites. Very dim rather. Very hard to spot. That's supposed to be a whale, by the way. Let me see if I can put the art. Or a sea creature. I think it was originally supposed to be a sea creature, but then it kind of became a whale. So people view it as a whale or a sea creature. Cetus is actually part of the Andromeda lore. It is the creature that was made to eat Andromeda, I believe. Whale with scoliosis. Yeah. I like Cetus a lot. I did a lot of research on Cetus a while back. Not a whole lot, but I mean that's about all I know. Aside from Mira, which is... Where is it actually? I don't exactly know the location of Mira. There you go. Mira is a star that has abnormal properties, I believe. I was big on one specific piece of art of Perseus slaying Cetus as a kid. If you have that, I would love to see it. That's pretty cool. Mira has strange properties, I believe. I don't really know exactly what it is, but I know, from what I understand, it dims a lot. I think yeah, look at that. So the magnitude goes from 6 to 1, which is a very big change. I believe. Yeah, so most stars have a fixed magnitude for the most part. I think. I'm not too familiar actually. I should stay in my lane and just talk about the stuff that I know. But from what I understand, that's what Mira's deal is. Sometimes it's really bright, sometimes it's really dim. I believe. Speaking of things that are sometimes bright and sometimes dim, here's Beetlejuice. Betelgeuse is right now the most how do I say this? The most dying star in our sky. This star is supposed to die, or rather, it's already dead. But we're supposed to see it die in the near future. Yeah, exactly. Cyrano. It's on its tail end. We don't know when that's gonna happen. We don't know if it's gonna happen in a month or 5,000 years from now. It's very tricky to know exactly when Betelgeuse is going to die, but when it does die, it's going to become a beautiful supernova that, from what I understand, is going to be visible during the day. It's going to be that bright. It's going to be maybe as bright as the moon. Light from stars is never on time, but they're fashionably late. Still super soon on a cosmological scale. Exactly. 1,000 years is insanely soon. So a lot of people who are into astronomy, a lot of people keep an eye on Betelgeuse, because it's very, very fun to think about it going supernova in our lifetime. I know I always hinge on seeing Betelgeuse go supernova in my lifetime. Probably not gonna happen. It's a very rare chance. The myth that all the stars you see are already dead. Yeah, that's just cause of time, like light years and stuff. I don't really know if that's actually the case or not, but I mean, stars have a life just like humans. Hi Sater, welcome, hi. It's nice to see you. I gotta shout out the drawing that you made earlier of me as a grappler. It made me smile so big. Sater drew me as a grappler like a day or so ago. It was so smile. So I'm kind of veering off of summer constellations into winter constellations, which I'm a little bit more familiar with. Not 1,000 times more familiar with, but this is the part of the sky that I studied a little bit more. Another asterism, by the way. The winter hexagon. It is what is it actually? I know Sirius is a part of it, so Sirius, Rigel. I think it might be Sirius, Rigel. Fuck, what is it? I don't know. Capella, Aldebaran, Rigel, Sirius, Procyon, and Pollux? Maybe? I think that is it. Yeah. The idea is, since light is from distant stars take so long to get to us, it's likely that quite a few are already dead, and we just don't know it yet. Yeah. Yeah, fun fact about space, one of the funnest facts about space is that light takes time to travel, so since everything is so distant, so far, we're pretty much looking into the past, and it's also relative, so some stars are a couple thousand light years away, some are a couple hundred light years away. Some stars are a lot, like, quote-unquote older than the others. Or the light is older. That's what I was pointing out with Andromeda earlier. It's so far away that I think it has like the oldest light, to my knowledge, in the sky. It's really freaking old, I think. It's really heckin' old. Anyways, I love Orion. Do you think if we flew far enough away and used a strong enough telescope, we could see who got JFK? Like if we could see Lee Harvey Oswald from like a telescope? Oh, I know what you mean now, yeah. Oh, yeah, the time dilation. I don't know why I was thinking of just like, like before he was assassinated, like just go into space and like, look for him. Okay, I see now. Time dilation is a really interesting thing. And I like media that uses it. Shoutouts to Interstellar and also Gunbuster. So Orion, this is getting out of summer territory. Chances are you won't be seeing Orion that much in the upcoming months, but during the winter you will be seeing Orion. You will definitely be seeing Orion because it's insanely hard to miss. Like, look at it. All of the stars have insanely low magnitude. I think Rigel is one of the most brightest stars in the night sky. I could be wrong. This song is from Calcium Miku. It's true, it is. This is machine music. Good year. Shoutouts to space because it's so beautiful. Shoutouts to Orion. Orion is one of my favorite constellations. It's so fun. I love its belt. You can't hate it. Look at this shit. It's got 3 perfectly aligned stars, all similar magnitude. And under it is a nebula. It's a pretty visible one too. Even where I live, which has pretty high light pollution, if I look for it, you can actually see, you can see this. If you look for Orion and if you really try, really let your eyes adjust, you will be able to see this thing. It's really beautiful. It kind of comes across as like a very bright star, almost. In the sky it just kind of looks like a bright star, but once you see it, it's pretty cool. Like it's cool once you realize that it's not just like a bright star. And another little pointer, or another guide that people use. Not that you need a guide for this. I think it's pretty obvious. But Orion's belt is often used to point to Sirius, which is the brightest star in the night sky. Or the brightest star in the sky. But no, brightest star in the night sky. The sun is the brightest star in the sky, sorry. The Sirius is the brightest star in the night sky. It's very, very bright. I don't have any serious fun facts. Well, it's part of the constellation Canis Major, or Canis Major, which is a dog, and it is neighbors with Procyon, which is the star that belongs to Canis Minor, similar to Ursa Major, Ursa Minor. They also have like a little dynamic here. There's quite a couple of constellations that have a major and minor dynamic, I believe. I know Pisces has a little tiny Pisces-let somewhere. I don't know where exactly it is. As a kid, I'd always imagine gravity suddenly reversing and me falling upwards. It's scary when you see the sky, like the night sky, with low light pollution, and you look up and you think about that, because, yeah. It can make you dizzy. I remember being out in the sticks and laying on my back, looking at the sky. It was pretty dope and made me dizzy. Yeah, exactly. It makes you dizzy. It kind of reorientates you, especially once you realize it. I think thinking of it as a skybox helps not being so dizzying, but once you realize, oh, these are tangible things. These are like far, far away. I don't think the brain can comprehend it personally, but it can make you dizzy. What's that one anime movie? I'm trying to remember. It was a girl from a reverse world. Thanks. I'm not sure. So I want to point out one of my favorite parts of the sky in general, but the winter sky. I pointed it out. I'm getting ahead of myself. I gotta take a sip. I get so excited that I need to take a break. Patema inverted, let me look that up. I don't think I've heard of it. I've definitely not heard of it. Oh, I've not seen this, that's cool. Oh, wait! Oh, okay, I've seen pictures of it, because I remember it looking really, like, crazy. I gotta check it out, it looks cool. I like sci-fi movie. Okay, so Pleiades. I had to clear my throat crazy style, sorry. Pleiades. One of my favorite parts of the night sky. I like Pleiades. It is an awesome star cluster. As I mentioned before, it looks like a little dipper. You can see it even in high light pollution areas. It is incredible. It really is just like a little cluster of stars. It's fun to look at. It is a very bright cluster, yeah. Another cluster. A cluster. I'm becoming so flamboyant talking about this shit, sorry. Another cluster in the winter hexagon is the Hyades. Where are you? I actually don't know if it's going to... It has deep sky objects. I don't know if it'll show like messier objects or clusters. This is the Hyades cluster in Taurus. It's a little bit harder to spot, but you can see like the little stars that are in it in Taurus. One thing I really like about this part of the sky is I wonder if I can see it. Or if it'll show. Will it not? It'll show the grid. I'm looking for the zodiacal line. Let's see. Maybe not. Guess not. So the line in which planets pass through, and the moon, It is a stagnant line. I couldn't draw it out because I don't really know exactly where it is, but it's how the zodiac was created. Because the sun and the moon and the planets all kind of line up in the same kind of line. That's how you get like planets aligning. Like that's how you get, like, you'll see Venus and Saturn and Jupiter like kind of in a line, right? Or you'll sometimes see Venus like right next to the moon. They all follow like a trajectory. And it's roughly in the middle of these two star clusters. I wonder if actually I can find a time when one of the... Where did you go, my love? That was too much of a sudden jump. I'm looking for a time when one of the planets is in the middle of it, so, well, let's deal with Uranus. So yeah, they go in the middle of these two star clusters. And it is often, or not often, not a lot of people do this, but it is referred to the golden gate of the eclipse, I believe? Hee hee hee. Tee hee hee. Yeah, very fun little thing in the sky is like these two star clusters are, they kind of act as like a little gate for the planets and the sun and the moon, which is quite cute. Right now it's letting your asshole through. I wonder if I can zoom in on it. Oh my god, I can! I can see its moons! Crazy stuff! Okay, this is giving me a vertigo. I can't. That's crazy, you can go so, like, close. Yeah, the Golden Gate of the Eclipse is such a cool name, right? I was obsessed with it when I first learned about it. We can look so close at Uranus. Blushes. So, Orion, Taurus, Aldebaran, which is a very, very bright orange star in the sky. Gemini. One of my favorite zodiacal constellations. Well, Taurus is my favorite zodiacal constellation just because it has so much things going on. It has like these star clusters in the Golden Gate, which I like. So props to people who are Taurus. You have an interesting zodiac constellation. Zodiac. I need another sip. Zodiac killer. I worked hard to be a Taurus. I'm jealous. I'm honestly jealous of Tauruses because it's such a cool constellation. How attached am I to Zodiac posts? Not at all. I'm not... I'm pretty in the middle of astrology. I'm not a crazy hater like most people are. But I definitely don't believe in it. I'm not going to obsessively search my zodiac sign. Zodiac. I forgot how to pronounce Zodiac. Zodiac? The movie. What's the movie? Zodiac by... Okay, Zodiac. I met a weirdo who approached me and told me how my personality should be as a Leo being bitchy. Yeah, I don't like people who do that. I don't like people who, judge you based on your sign. That's kind of messed up. I think if it's, used as a fun thing, that's okay. But, yeah, no, I don't believe it. It's kind of hard to believe because it is based on your sun sign, which is to say it is based on when the sun is in the constellation that your zodiac is in. But since then, our view of space has just kind of shifted, like our literal view. Is that the owner of Bandapi Bird? Hi, Andy. Yeah, that's me. I already sold it. I was able to buy a little house with that. And a freaking Cadillac. I splurged. I get passed up because I was born in February. Yeah, it's so strange. What was I trying to say? Oh yeah, so it's the zodiac is based on your sun sign. Or if you want to go deep into it, it's based on all the like the sun, moon, and planets in your in your zodiac sign. But since the zodiac was conceived, things have shifted, and now, for example, I could be wrong about this, like, details, but I think in, like, April, the sun is in Pisces now, instead of, Aries. Either it's April, the sun is in Pisces, or February, the sun is in Pisces. Like, the sun isn't in Pisces in March anymore. So... it's not really... it's not really anything. But I do think there is something about being born in a certain season that can maybe affect people. I think there is something to it, but just not related to where the sun was. Like in your, like in the stars. Like I think there's something to it in terms of like, oh, people who have summer birthdays are more likely to go outside during their birthday, which makes them, like, maybe that affected them. People who have like winter birthdays are more likely to have to celebrate it inside, depending on like where they live. I don't know. I think there is something to it, but like it has nothing to do with the zodiac. Hello, Mattias. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you. I got sidetracked. This is not the beautiful summer sky that I was looking for. I forgot what I was talking about, why I brought up the winter sky, but I wanted to show up the summer sky because this is what, yeah, it's gonna be summer soon. Winter is over party. Botes is another prominent summer constellation. And it's also one of my favorites. It looks kind of like nothing, actually. It's actually kind of underwhelming looking at it. But there you go. I like it. Look at it. I like it. It's supposed to be a man. To me, it looks like the elephant in the White Desert in Yumaniki. It looks like that thing that comes up in the White Desert in Yumaniki, like a 1,000 or 1 in 1,000 chance. That's what Botes looks like to me. Days with longer hours, yeah. That's one thing about the summer sky, is that since the days are longer, you won't be able to see the stars as much. So they're a little bit elusive. They're a little bit more elusive. I just thought he was a hot air balloon guy. I don't know why he's called the elephant. He doesn't look like an elephant, he looks like Botes. Fun fact about Botes that you might know because there's a viral YouTube video about it. In the middle of it, there's nothing. Where is it? Where's the Botes void? I actually don't know exactly where it is, I'm sorry. I actually don't know if it's even located, and it might be super deep sky that even if I zoom in, you might not be able to see it. Maybe if I could turn on the deep sky objects. Is that? No? Okay, I guess it's not labeled. By the way, this is the fucking thing that fucked up last time. I was talking about it earlier. Like this app glitched sometime, and like I saw like a grid of these, like these little things. It was like a grid. It was like a trypophobic grid, and I had to close it. Like, I'm such a pussy, but like I had to close it. It scared me. I was like, why is that happening? Sorry. I'm done. Boaties in the middle of it has nothing in it. Or nothing observable in it. It was the Dempo waves. There's a really cool YouTube video on it. About the Boaties void. That's its like notoriety, that's its claim to fame. But I like it. One thing I like about Boaties is that it's kinda similarly shaped. Not shaped, but sized to Orion. So I kind of find it as like a, the summer version of Orion almost. Both of them are like guys in the sky. I looked too close at the Dyson sphere walls and saw the sky simulation lines. That's what it felt like. It felt real. I should watch more star videos and less junk on YouTube. One scary part about YouTube is that there's a lot of sky, junk, like sky slop videos, that are just people, with like AI voice, AI prompted scripts. I was looking for a couple like black hole videos a while back, I remember. And then there's just like this one video that was just yeah. It's like supposed to be an informational video, but it's just kind of ass. Let's turn off these lines and look at Corona Borealis in its raw form. This right here. It doesn't look like much. Those AI informational videos, they suck ass. They do. It kind of is like, I don't know what it's for. It makes you think of Smile. It's Smile, isn't it? It's a big like smile. I feel like next to all the stars it doesn't look as cool as it does in real life, but like when you see it in real life it's very prominent. It's very like a prominent smile. And it's cool. It's such a cool one, I like it. It's one of those constellations when I see it. I can only see it usually in low light pollution areas, but when I do see it, it's like I can just see it immediately. Like I know. I use it as a guide to find Boaties. I remember my aunt shared one on Facebook and said, "Have you seen this? Space is crazy." I just had to smile and nod. Yeah. I don't know what they're for. I don't know what they're for. It just kind of scares me because like I don't know how fact-checked they are. Which I guess you could say about non-AI informational videos, but even then it's... I don't know, there's no filter to see if they're real or not. Spica, this is part of Virgo. Is the bright star in Virgo? Let me look where it is. There it is. Virgo is, from what I understand, it is the largest zodiacal constellation. And that's the only fun fact I have about it, but it's pretty cool. Virgo is another constellation that I like. Big Dipper. I'm getting lost. Let me look at the guides and see. There's Cassiopeia. Is Perseus? Cepheus. Okay. Lol. I get Perseus and Cepheus confused because they both kind of just look like boxy things. Cepheus has this one. Maybe not. I think I'm thinking of something else. The Star House, yeah. Yeah, this is the house. Hello, Lurie. Hi, welcome. What do I think of the Aquarius constellation? Let me see if I can get up to Aquarius. And I'll give my thoughts. That scared the hell out of me. I thought I thought Luria was in call. I thought she jump scared me in call. Where's Luria? Oh, Luria, not Luria. Where's I actually don't know when. What is the best time for Aquarius? There it is. So Aquarius was my favorite constellation 10 years ago because it had a very intricate shape. Not necessarily star-wise, but not necessarily in this application. If you search up Aquarius, you'll find certain... I need another drink, I'm sorry. Luria cat in space. If you find, or if you look up Aquarius, you'll find a different type of shape that it has, that it kind of has, it's kind of tendril-like. It's very intricate. A bit more intricate than, like, a lot of, constellation line guides. And that's what I liked about it. Unfortunately, Aquarius is pretty dim. So it's pretty hard to see in the night sky. But I would say I like it a lot. I really like Aquarius. Another cool fun fact about Aquarius is that you can see right here, it has 2 meteor showers in it. There's the 2 Aquariids. Which I think is cool. The Aquariids is actually the meteor shower that made me research meteor showers. I don't know why. I don't know why Aquariids was my starting off point. But I really like it. Cause it's cool, yeah. Because it's cool. I think what I like about it just is like the fact that there's 2 of them. I had a bit of a dream a couple years ago of biking all the way to a low light pollution area to see the Aquariids. I made like a whole plan and everything. Part of my plan was to bus all the way to where I was going to go and walk the path that I would be doing it in just to see how it is. But I saw the path and it was like the killer was going to be there. So if I had gone, the killer would have gotten me. Because it's just this lone path in like a forest. The killer. I could sense the killer. It scared the hell out of me, I couldn't do it. But I don't know, there's an AU of me going out to see the Aquarids. Which isn't even that much of a... Like, to be honest, it's not that much of a prominent meteor shower. So I probably wouldn't have not seen much. But I had a weird fascination with it. So Aquarius is a good one. Capricorn is also a good one. I don't think I have any fun facts about Capricorn. I had to clear my throat crazy style again. Capricorn I used to describe as a comb when I was a kid. I always see Capricorn, sometimes it's not depicted like this, sometimes it's depicted just as a like a misshapen triangle. I always think of it as kind of like an open mouth. But that's all I got for Capricorn. I tried looking up the constellation like you said, and a lot of these Aquarius pics look like the stick bug meme. It's stick bug like, isn't it? Here's Sagittarius, which has a really cool design, which I'm glad the application captured. Usually considered a teapot. It's got a very teapot-like design. I don't know how people saw like a centaur in this. Let me see like the drawing actually. Okay, I can see it. It's like a drawn bow. And they give him a gay ponytail. But yeah, it's considered the teapot. It's awesome. It's kind of draft-like, yeah, you're right. I like the shape of Sagittarius as well. Sagittarius, when I was in my Aquarius phase, was my second favorite constellation just because of its intricate shape as well. I was a big fan of it. In terms of zodiac constellations that I recently got into, let's play it back, shall we? I don't know if this will give a good view of it. Well, you know it will. If I just... whoa, no. Thank you for the follow. There we go, that's the best view we'll get. Here's Scorpio. What's the name of this song? This is Koko to Soko, and you sent me this song. I don't want to call you out, but you sent me this song like over 10 years ago. I'll link it in the chat. Scorpio. I've only recently got into Scorpio. I've only recently got into the Scorpio fandom. I really adored this like sky viewing in Katamari. Ah, it's my favorite. I recently like played Katamari for the first time and was giggling and smiling at the constellation references. Scorpio is also considered a bit of a dipper, like, because of its dipper shape. I think from what I understand, there's a couple cultures that consider it a dipper. Especially because, and you can't see it, maybe if I change the... oh, sorry, one second. Hi, sorry. Yeah. I've watched a lot of Katamari Let's Plays. Or I've watched people play Katamari, but I forgot all about the little astronomical references in it, which is funny because like that's mainly part of the game. Yeah, it's good. It's a good one. Alright, I was dimming the light pollution. I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't. There you go. Sometimes a Scorpio is considered a dipper because it is dipping the Milky Way. As you can see, it's like right in the middle of the Milky Way. Another really cool shape. There's too many fucking stars, hold on. Another really cool shape is this little tail it has. Or sometimes it's considered a claw. Let's see what this thing thinks. It thinks it's the claw. I consider it the tail. This like splayed out, these 3 stars with Antares, which is like, I don't know, it's so striking. I have to change the light pollution again. I really like the shape of it. The 3 stars together, a lot like Orion's belt with this one. So yeah, Scorpio I really like. Enjoy your breakfast, Mad Buns. Scorpio I like. Let me turn on the... My god, Libra I couldn't tell you anything about. Libra is probably the, in terms of zodiacal constellations, the one that I think about the least. I wish I had a fun fact for it. Ophiuchus, or however it's pronounced. This was another famous constellation, or a constellation that was made famous, due to the fact that a lot of people were considering it as the 13th zodiac, in between, I believe, December and, well actually let's see, it's in between Sagittarius and Scorpio, so I guess in between November and December? Maybe? Question mark? I actually don't know. I don't know why it's here. I don't know why it's considered the 13th zodiac, actually. Aside from the fact that it is on the zodiacal line. I think that might be it, just because it's in the middle of these two on the zodiacal line. But it doesn't make too much sense to me, because there's actually a lot of constellations that are in the middle of the zodiacal line. But I don't know if anyone ever saw the posts on Tumblr where everyone was going like, there's a 13th zodiac, guys, they're adding like a new zodiac. Ophiuchus. I think it's supposed to be a snake. Or it's a man with a snake. Oh, it's a guy holding serpents. You remember, Jeff? Hell yeah. I didn't hallucinate that. Is this constellation Serpens? Does Serpens go through Ophiuchus? That's interesting if so. I never knew that. Nakey snaky. That slut. Scutum is funny because it's just a shield. There's a couple of constellations, mainly in the southern hemisphere, that are just like objects. They're not... What is this? Oh, that's horse. See, there's Triangulum, which is just, you know, a triangle ruler. It's pretty funny. Wow, I like looking at these. What is this? Giraffe constellation. Some of these I'm not too familiar with. Draco is cool. Let me see if I can find Hydra. Which I think might be just outside view. I think it might be near... Where is it actually? Oh, it's right here. It's super outside of view actually. Wait, that's Lynx, never mind. Where's Hydra? Gets really confused. Where's Hydra? I don't know my constellations as much as I thought I did. Hydra is like meant to be like a long freaking snake. I think. Is it not in the northern hemisphere? Am I going crazy? I feel like I'm going crazy. Where is Hydra? Is that- what is that? Hold on. Am I going crazy? Am I going insane? Hydra constellation. It's near- oh, it's under Virgo. Okay, okay, I see now. I'm a little too north. Let me see if I can time travel. See if I can teleport. Hello, Souffle, welcome. Try my best to find Hydra. There it is! Hydra! Look at this thing. It is the longest constellation, sometimes considered the largest constellation. I don't think I would consider it the largest. That's kind of cheating because it's in the middle of a bunch of constellations. I would say large indicates surface area, but it is the longest because look how big it spans the sky. And let's see actually what it's supposed to be. Yeah, okay, it's a snake. I had to double check. Because what if it wasn't a snake? It's pretty faint, pretty hard to find. Welcome Spurs, hi. But, oh shit, my man Sextons is here, I didn't realize. Sextons is just a fucking line. I don't know why I was so obsessed with it. It's supposed to be a sextant, or an astrolabe. And that's what my little animation up there, the one that the chat is covering, that's what it's based off of. The sextant. The sextant constellation in particular. I drew it based on the sextant constellation. No one ever talks about it. Let me see if there's anything interesting in it. Is there like deep sky things in sextants? No, there's nothing. What is this? There's like these freaking like circles. Like, do you see it? Like, can you see that? So kind of circles. That's pretty cool. The star is just called sex. There's A sex and B sex. Finally B sex. Sex to the star. Crazy stuff. Leo is a interesting constellation. I feel like I see a lot of people talk about Leo as a constellation, but I've never really seen it in the sky, or rather I don't really notice it whenever I see it in the sky. But it's considered to be a pretty prominent one just because it has this reverse question mark shape. It's considered a prominent fall constellation. During the fall you'll see it. I never got a good look at it. But from what I understand, it's also considered a sickle constellation just because of the shape. From what I understand, a lot of cultures used it as a kind of like an indication, like it's time to harvest the wheat and get out the sickle, harvest the wheat. From what I understand, from what I remember reading. In like Better Call Saul, Mike Ehrmantraut points this constellation out to his freaking granddaughter. That's what I think about when I think of Leo. I think about the scene when he talks about the reverse question mark to his granddaughter. There's Capella. This is the one that I was looking for in the house constellation. Auriga. I was looking for Auriga. Capella is a crazy star if you're able to see it. You should be able to see it during the... Well, what time is it now? Let's just go to tomorrow. Yeah, you'll be able to see it. What time is it? Okay. A little bit... Okay, there you go, yeah. Let's try like 10 p.m.-ish. It's pretty low on the horizon actually. I think it'll rise throughout the year, but Capella is really cool if you're able to see it. It blinks like crazy. It's probably the most visually active star I've ever seen. It's not necessarily like super bright. Well, it is very bright. But like it's no brighter than Sirius, obviously. But it makes up for it in being like strobing. It strobes from. Thank you for the follow. It strobes from like red to green and blue and like white very, very rapidly, which makes it hard to miss. If you ever look up in the sky and you see something that's just like going crazy ass and nuts mode, it's probably Capella. Capella is like a freak with it. Sirius can be kind of freaky too. Rigel also strobes pretty crazy style, but Capella is on a whole nother level. It looks like a disco. It's so cool. I like this one. I like this one. Pollux and Castor, I think. Yeah, these are the Gemini stars. I'm getting ahead of myself. I just immediately jumped to Pollux and Castor. but I'll talk about them. Pollux and Castor, also known as Gemini. The reason why they are called Gemini is because they have the probably the exact same magnitude, not the exact, but very similar magnitudes. Let's look. Yeah, very similar magnitudes, and they're close to each other in the sky. It's very easy to spot because they just kind of look like the same star next to each other. It's just these two stars of similar magnitude next to each other. Which makes it a little bit romantic. Gemini is pretty cool. Let me see if I can see the, Although it appears to be a single star to the naked eye, Capella is actually a quadruple star system. Is that why it goes so crazy? I did not know that. I didn't know it was a star system. Also, thank you for telling me that, because now I know it's called star system. I was trying to like think of the name for when there's like a bunch of stars. Can I zoom into it? No. That's so cool to hear. Even on the app, it's blinking like crazy. Like, none of the other stars are doing this. Let's see. See the lines. So, okay, that's Virgo, Bootes, Hercules. Health. Cepheus? Cepheus. Cepheus and Auriga. For some reason I keep confusing them. Ursa Major. Is there any other stars or constellations that... Okay, that's a Draco, I believe? Yeah, that's Draco. I'm not too familiar with Draco. When I was stargazing last year, I was trying to look for it. I was trying to identify it, but it's kind of dim. Seeing the entire thing, it's pretty dim. It just kind of blends in together. It's hard to view. It's hard to view constellations that they don't have a lot of surface area, as I said earlier. The ones that just kind of snake in between the other ones. They get lost pretty easily in like the stray stars, I find. So I have a more difficult time finding them. But I think we combed the summer sky. I wonder if there's anything interesting in the winter sky that I hadn't gone over. So let's teleport to November. And go a little bit. There we go. Maybe not. I think I touched everything here. But this one is prominent to me. I wonder if I can see it. Probably not. Puppis. No, I'm gonna have to go a little bit more south. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go south, but it'll be worth it because it'll be a cool constellation. Actually, I'm gonna go full south. Why not? Like full South America. The southern constellations I'm not familiar with at all. At all. Who are these people? But let's find... Where is Crux? The southern... Am I not south enough? Let's see how the... I don't think I'm south enough. I'm going by like the way the... the globe spins. I think I'm not quite south enough, maybe? Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm looking outside right now and I can confirm that when you spin the sky in this, it's spinning the sky for me outside and you keep switching it between night and day. It's freaking you out. It's just how it is. You're gonna have to deal with it. It's for information. It's for information purposes. It'll be over soon. This is the crux. This is probably the most well-known southern constellation. It is quite cool. It is small. It is a very small one. Probably one of the smallest constellations, actually. It is used as a pole constellation for the southern hemisphere because it is the most bright constellation in the southern pole, but there's no pole star in the south. Like, as you can see, there's no star that these are all spinning around, you know? It's not quite like Polaris where it's just like obviously there's a star that's not moving. But people use Crux as that because it's the most vibrant pole constellation in the southern hemisphere. But that's not the one that I wanted to show, actually. I wanted to show something even cooler. And it might be... My mouse is fucking up. My Monoko is fucking up, 1 second. It's like locking. There we go. My favorite... There we go. My favorite southern constellation is this fat fuck. Puppis, Carina, Vela. These are separate parts that make up a large constellation called Arga. Let's see if the image will show. There it is. It's upside down, I'm sorry. It's upside down, but it is supposed to be a ship. This is a ship. Oh, and Volans too, I guess, is maybe part of it. No, that's just a fish, never mind. There's a little compass too, that's cute. So this is Arga. These 3 constellations. It's called Arga. The reason why they are 3 constellations and not one big constellation is because at some point they had to split it just to make things easier, because constellations are the official recognition of constellations right now are mainly used to map out the sky. So like they need to make it a little bit smaller just so, for example, an astronomer wants to say, oh, there's a new deep space object in Arga. It's such a huge map of the sky, it's a little bit hard to kind of deal with. So they split it up into 3 constellations. But I, in my heart of hearts, consider it one constellation. Which... So it's not official, but if you are a dreamer like me, this would be considered the largest constellation. Because it pretty much takes up the whole sky, look at that. It's huge, it's a fucking unit. I love it. Oh, I can flip it so you can see the drawing a little bit better. Look at how big it is! So this big ship right here, very, very large constellation. Very cool. I don't know how prominent it is. I don't know how visible it is. Let's see if I turn the lines off. I suppose it's pretty visible. I think this star right here, Canopus, is quite visible. So you are able to see it, which is pretty cool. The southern hemisphere, as you can see, doesn't have a whole lot of bright stars as much as the northern hemisphere, I suppose. But this is a little special one for the southern hemisphere, Canopus. I don't really know if you can see it in the northern hemisphere. Well, you might be able to in certain parts. And look at all these... Look at all these constellations. They're a little bit fringe. I can't get too much into detail because I'm not too familiar with the lore, but I do know that the Greek constellations, like the officially recognized constellations, are the Greek constellations, which means they are gonna be based in the northern hemisphere. The south is not going to be getting this, so none of these are necessarily Greek constellations. From what I understand, quite a few of these are made up, or are made from a an explorer, an astronomer who explored the south and created a bunch of OC constellations. Not to say that the other constellations aren't OC constellations, because all constellations are OC constellations, and we just happened to favor the Greek ones. But these ones are, from what I understand, quite a lot of them are from just one guy. Sextans being one of them. Original constellation. You can just make your own constellation, it's like, it doesn't matter. It's all just humans anyways. So you'll see, once you see the art, as I said earlier, a lot of them are just objects. Yeah. It's a fish. There's this thing. There's one that's just kind of like an easel. I think it's this. This is just like a desk. Sculptor. It's just a sculpture. They're just kind of, they're a little bit more fringe. They have a little less, Greek stories behind them. They're just kind of like random stuff. Oh, there you go. This is like an easel or a canvas. Just kind of like random stuff. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. This one's a telescope. Pisces Astronus. Let me see this one. I think I remember there being... no, never mind. There's another Pisces-esque constellation. Is it this one? Oh yeah, no, it is! Fomalhaut. So I remember there being a cool thing about this star, but I forgot what it was. Let me see if I can look it up and it'll jog my memory. I remember it being really cool. I remember seeing it where I live, so it does reach the the northern hemisphere. It's one of the brightest stars in the night sky. That might be it. I think what fascinated me was just the fact that it was one of the brightest stars in the night sky, but it's very rare to see in the northern hemisphere. So it's very low on the horizon, and it's a treat when you see it. And when I looked it up, there's like a crazy ass picture of it. It's pretty crazy looking. Let me see if I can zoom in and see the craziness. No, you can't. It's just a star. That's pretty cool. And this is another like so we got Pisces that was around here, and then we got the little baby Pisces. I think they like doing that a lot. And we got Chameleon. There's one called Phoenix, I believe. That has a... yeah, there it is. It's got an interesting shape to it. And I think my most proudest moment was... let me see if I can get it. My most proudest astronomy moment was when I saw a picture of a guy in Antarctica. It's so cute, right? It's super cute. I wonder if I... oh, actually, where did I put it? There it is. Here's my humble brag, is when I geolocated this picture of this guy in Antarctica. And I was like, I know what part of the sky this is. I think I was able to recognize the Phoenix constellation from here, but I can't see it right now. Let me see actually where exactly it was. But I might get lost. And I didn't label it. Wait, I did label it actually. Okay, there it is. It was this part. So in the... I'm trying to find it in the app. I think it was like around here or something. I can't control it too well. But yeah, one fun hobby that I want to get back into is every so often I will see a picture of the sky on my timeline. Someone will just have a like random picture of the sky. And I like to try to guess which stars are which. This one I also did. This wasn't a random picture. Whoops. This wasn't a random picture. This was a stream of a meteor shower. But this one I remember being really hard to find for some reason. The exact like part of the sky that it was at. And I think what got me was I thought this was a more zoomed out image. I thought this was like way more way more, yeah, zoomed out than it looks. Cause this is supposed to be the big part of the Big Dipper, like the dip part of the Big Dipper, and I did not catch that at all. So it took me a long time to find, but I eventually found it. Usually using like the small little like star asterisms near it. Usually that's how I'm able to find them. Pretty fun stuff. I gotta do that more often. I feel like it helps me map the night sky in my head a little bit better. But yeah, I think that's about it for in terms of constellations that I like to talk about. That was an enjoyable that was an enjoyable stream for me. This was a self-care stream. Thank you everyone for joining. I don't know if I'll end the stream or not. I'm gonna have to think. But thank you. Thank you everyone for listening to me talk about the stars. And thank you for talking about the stars and giving your own fun facts. I really like talking about stars. It is like my little thing. It's my little fun thing that I have. And it's one of those things where if you raw DM me anything about stars or constellations, did you just see that? Did you just see that? That rare shooting star? Beautiful. Yeah, I'd be more than happy to talk about astronomy with literally anyone. It would make me smile, but I'm also very bad with DMs, hehe. So it would be like a mail correspondence. I had a lot of fun. I think I am gonna end it. I'm kind of sleepy and I kind of want to get something to eat. But thank you everyone for joining. Thank you. A mail correspondence. Mail to mail correspondence. That's a crazy thing. Thanks everyone. Again. Seriously, thank you. I can't believe I talked about the stars for 2.5 hours. I can't believe, and oh my god, and people were listening. Oh, and then smile about it. Thank you. Everyone, have a good day. I will be... Can I shout out G-Pool? I will be... I'll be playing Peak in a tournament later today. And I'll also plug the Discord because usually Luria does this. I have to like manually remember to do it. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, I'll be streaming Peak later today, with G-Pool and Doro and a bunch of other friends. And that'll be also really fun. And thank you. Oh, thank you, Sud. Yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday today. A wonderful Sunday today. Let's shrimp. Goodbye.